A disorder that involves excessive fat is what very many people would refer as obesity. Now, gone are the times when in African traditional society, being overweight or being obese was a form of, you're the richest and the most wealthy man and the most wealthy woman. Nowadays, being obese, even then, could actually cause very serious health competition. Health factors, yes, and that is what we're going to be discussing today. We're going to be looking at the aspect of obesity. How can you not go down that road, and actually what kind of foods do you need to eat without even having to seek medical attention? What kind of foods and what kind of activities do you need to put into your daily routine in order to cut down this particular epidemic? Well, my name is Siobhan and welcome to the Beauty, Wellness and Lifestyle segment. Joining me this morning is none other than Mr. Shannon. Well, he is a chef, but he's also a very qualified nutritionist. He's also the person that is going to be drawing up my meal plan. So we are going to see the results. 1 month from now, 2 months from now, you'll be able to tell, have I lost weight? Am I in shape? Do I look better? Do I go vegan? Do I do vegetarian? Very interesting subjects right there. But thank you so much, Shannon, for joining us once again. And today we're going to be talking about obesity. Now, I know when we're talking obesity, you get very passionate, especially when it comes to the children, because a parent is supposed to be responsible for what a child takes in. But first of all, from your point of view, what is obesity?
Well, obesity in basic terms would be consuming more calories than you are able to expend. So when you keep putting calories into your body, foods into your body, but you are not expending those calories by working out, or you don't have a job where you're walking around quite often. So the body just stores this energy as fat. And then tomorrow the same thing, it stores it as fat, and you are not working it off. You are not walking around, you're just seated every day, eating. So the body keeps taking this energy, but it never pushes the energy out. And that's how obesity usually occurs.
Interesting. So what causes it?
Well,
is it bad eating habits? What is it? What causes it exactly?
There are many factors. I'll give you 2 physical and 2 psychological.
Okay.
So the physical would be overeating. That's kind of obvious, like overeating. And then the lack of activity. It doesn't have to be exercise. You don't have to be on a treadmill or have the weights. It's just the lack of activity. You cannot sit down in a chair and consume a whole fried chicken, for example, that's 200 calories, and you're doing nothing to get that 200 calories leave your body. So physically, it's going to be overeating and lack of activity. Psychologically, mentally, is more of a dangerous point. Comfort eating. You just broke up with your partner, you're sad, you're feeling down.
Why are you talking about me right now? You eat chocolates in the bed.
There we go,
like
a bucket of ice cream. Comfort eating. Secondly would be stress eating.
Okay.
A lot of people, in today's life, we've got such stressful jobs, such jobs that are like demanding, that we don't actually have time to have breakfast, have lunch. So what do? We snack. We're on the road, we're buying something off the side of the road, some crisps, some chocolate, some this, some that. And we just keep stress eating, keep putting it into our bodies, and what we are putting into our bodies doesn't match what's going out, and it doesn't have any nutritional value. So, for example, can you trace the ingredients of a packet of crisps? You can't, because you don't know what's in there. Can you trace what goes into your salad? Of course you can. It's a carrot, it's a tomato, it's a cucumber. You know exactly where it comes from.
Exactly.
So putting that into your body, as opposed to putting something that you cannot trace into your body, is also psychological.
Okay.
And then you stress eat, and you eat the wrong things.
Okay. So that is on the side of the adults. Now, how about the children?
The kids. It's never the kids' fault. In my opinion, I don't care what anyone says, it's never the kid's fault, because as a kid, let's say I'm in grade 3, grade 4, I don't have the type of money to go to McDonald's, to go to a burger joint, or to go to a fried foods place. My parent has to buy me this. So if my parent is putting into my body what my body does not require, then it's the parent's responsibility.
Okay.
So some people say, oh, but my kid eats this thing at school, I don't get to monitor. Yes, you do.
You do actually.
Yes, you do. Pack them a good lunch. Pack them some fruits, pack them a healthy meal. What are they going to do, starve? No, they're going to eat what they need to eat. So if you keep putting this into your child's body, for me, you should be taking full responsibility for this.
But how are you able to tell that a child is obese and she's not just healthy? Like, how would the parent be able to tell? Minus even going to, before even you go to the weighing scale, how can you tell that, you know what, my child is actually slowly going down the hole of being obese?
There comes a lot of psychological reasoning with that.
Okay.
Your kids start to get withdrawn. They start to want to be in the room all the time. They don't have. They just their motivation. Their what's the word? Is low. Your
Inner energy?
your energy is low. Your confidence is low. Kids
Your
usually portray
esteem.
that way quicker than adults. So you see the self-esteem is low, the confidence is low. Where's this coming from? Why is the kid so sluggish? It's because their bodies are not able to consume the foods that you are allowing to go into the body.
Okay, so who is at risk of becoming obese?
Who is at risk? Well, everyone is at risk. It can happen to anyone. It stands in front of everyone's door.
Yes.
But however, if you are not conscious of what you're putting in your body, it's going to come for you.
Okay.
If you are not, doesn't mean that you have to be completely health conscious, just listening to your body. If you don't listen to your body, and you, like I said, you stress eat, or you comfort eat, or you lack of activity, or overeating, those type of things put you at a high risk completely.
Yes, absolutely.
You don't have to have a gym pass or no, it's literally about what you're putting into your body, so it can happen to anyone.
Okay.
It's just about being health conscious.
How about the aspect of genetics? Because there are people who have a whole lineage of just obese people. Are they able to cut it out as well?
Absolutely, because what is passed down is an eating habit.
Oh, yes.
I can't be overweight and then give birth to my kid and my kid is overweight. That's not going to happen. I'm passing down my eating habits. So when the kid sees me eat this way, the kid will start to eat that way. And that's where it's being passed down. That's where we need to cut it right there.
Okay, so what are some of the complications that come with being obese?
Oh, there are a ton. I mean, I'm no medical professional, but however, diabetes, high blood, heart disease, liver failure, kidney failure, even lung failure sometimes.
Yes.
Gout. All these blood diseases come from being obese. Your body is just not able. Even nowadays, we have gone back in time to the 60s where people's skin are starting to rot. That scurvy is from the 40s, the 1930s.
Yes.
We have it today. Why? Because of what we're consuming, what we are putting into our bodies. So those are one of the, it's massive when you think about the consequences.
Okay.
It's very dangerous.
But I mean, I cannot forget to ask this. In this time, in this economy, and this one I'll bring it down to Uganda, where things are very expensive. If you went into a supermarket, I'm sure if you went and picked, say, the carrots and all this broccoli and, trust me, your bill will be high compared to if you decided to pick a roadside chicken and chips and, someone would say, but this is what is affordable. So then my question would be, but how am I supposed to live a healthy lifestyle and still live under my budget?
What I have seen in Uganda is that there are quite a few markets. That you don't have to go into a store. You can go into a supermarket, like the veg markets, and you pick what you need and you store it as you need. So I do understand that a roadside chicken or a Rolex or whatever will
be more affordable.
Exactly, will be whatever minimum how much it charges compared to having carrots and onions and all of that. But that is the sacrifice that you have to make, unfortunately.
Yeah.
What do you rather want to have, a pocket full of money or a healthy body that's going to be comfortable for you? You know what I mean? I'd much rather be broke and healthy than be rich and unhealthy.
Because then you'll still be spending money in the hospital.
On medication.
So as we wind up the conversation, what kind of behavior or lifestyle should someone live in order to avoid being obese?
Okay. The typical answer would be a healthy lifestyle, obviously. However, again, you would have to be conscious of what you're putting into your body. When you eat, do not just eat because it's breakfast, because it's lunch, because it's dinner, because I'm hungry. Train your body, give your body that training. You are in control of your body. So when you ask me to avoid that, being self-conscious all the time. You are not a dog that doesn't think, I'll just eat because my owner put food there.
Okay.
You know what you need to eat and how you need to eat it. If you don't, I'm available, consult me, or actually just read up about it. Like, we live in an era of information. It's right there at the fingertips.
Okay.
So it just takes a little bit of research to find out how it is. And I mean, in Uganda, grains are quite cheap. Rice is quite cheap. Flour is quite cheap. There's many other ways around eating processed foods and ready-made foods. And I understand a lot of people don't like to cook. I understand that.
It doesn't run in the blood. Not everyone is designed to be a chef or to like to cook. We like to eat what other people have.
Exactly.
I'm one of them.
And cooking for yourself is one of the ways to avoid it.
Okay.
Because when you're cooking for yourself,
You know what your body wants.
are you gonna stand there frying chicken for 2 hours, or you're just gonna toss some veggies in a pan, some noodles, some sauce, boom, 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 stir fry, done.
Okay.
Healthy.
Okay.
So there's so many other ways, so many alternatives to having.
Okay, so your last remarks in regard to obesity as a health condition.
My last remarks would be that it's kind of upsetting to me how many kids we see suffer from obesity. It's just not fair. It's the parents should start taking responsibility, because you are raising an obese child. Once you take your foot off the pedal, that kid just puts their foot on the pedal and they carry on. When the kid is 25, 26, they have the diseases of a 50-year-old, 80-year-old, 90-year-old, heart disease at 24, kidney failure at 23. How do you think that comes about? Because you were eating garbage since you were 8, since you were 4, since you were 5. So for me, we have to be conscious of not only what we give ourselves, but what we give our kids.
Okay. Well, thank you so much for joining us this morning. It's always been a pleasure talking to you, and I do hope that the people that were watching this morning are able to understand, first of all, what obesity is, but also I like the fact that we highlighted obesity in children, because very many times we ignore and think it's the child's fault. Yet actually, if you're a parent or guardian, you should be able to control or moderate the kind of food that your child takes in. Absolutely. Well, that wraps up what we had for you this morning. But before we do go away, if you're wondering how you're able to tell that you're slowly going down the drain of being obese, one is the class 1. Now, when it comes to class 1 in obesity, that means that you're actually at a low risk. And obesity is if your BMI is between 30.0 to 34.9 class. Now, when it comes to class 2, that is the moderate risk, and obesity is if your BMI is at 35.0 to 39.9. And finally, the worst class, which is actually class 3, is the high risk, and that is if your BMI is equal or greater to 40.0. So that is how you can actually know, but you can actually be able to tell this by going for regular medical checkups. But also, once in a while, stand on a weighing scale and be able to tell. I mean, there is a way you're able to tell that you're supposed to be a certain weight when you are at a particular age. What are you doing being 60, 70 kilograms when you're, say, 15? I mean, that's crazy. So anyway, I hope that you were able to understand and relate to the conversation that we had here. We still do have an amazing show lined up for you, so keep watching Sunrise at Sea. And of course, not forgetting special thanks to Fairway Hotel for allowing us to use their premises this bright and beautiful morning. Don't blink.